All right, I'm refreshed. I think I stopped somewhere around 7, and it's now like 12. So is it? It's like, oh shit. Okay, hold on. Let me stop that alarm. It's 11:53. I rendered 2 video parts. I'm rendering a third. I think it's fine. I don't think we should have any issues. So let's go back up. Now here, isn't this a hologram elevator? Am I losing my mind? This isn't a spinner. Oh, do I have to scan it to activate it? For wheeled vehicles? Built to support extreme weight, currently offline. Reboot required before it can be used. Oh, we have to use the spinner. Okay. Does the spinner count as research in this game? Maybe we already have it? Lemorne spinners are primers for linked devices that are powered by the movements of maintenance tanks. Spinners can be used to generate electricity to boot devices and open or close gates and valves using rotational movement. In some forms, spinners can require a power supply of their own before they will operate. Yeah, it's considered research. Not a ton of research in this game. Or maybe it's about the usual. You're just not looking at it in a 1x1 grid. That's also possible. Sorry, I did it wrong. I read spinner and then I proceeded to use it like a bomb slot. You know, I like these kind of game design things, man. Hey, we're gonna make sure you know how to use the thing first before you get into it, before you actually might be in a pressing situation. I see this shit now. I love it. I loved it in Dread, too.
Samus, looks like you got what you came for.
Yes.
A message came through the station radio while you were gone. Somebody named Specialist Mackenzie.
Oh God, no, I've never heard of him.
So I'll be on my way soon.
You're gonna make it with a bum leg?
I've been on a lot of missions. This has always protected me.
So keep it.
May Solon light your path. You go on ahead.
Yeah, don't give it to me.
Healing pod up here, and I'll be as good as new in no time.
Okay. I thought bro was gonna give me his sacred charm. That's cool, they gave him a personality. He's way, way more interesting than anything we had with fucking Mackenzie. Mackenzie is just fucking Redditor the character. Okay. This electricity? Yeah, it is. Okay. Alright, let's go. Could probably use this to bypass it, right? There you go. Bonk. Okay, what the hell are they then? Alright. Blue Croc. Could you move the arm cannon like this in Prime 1? I don't know. Okay, its circuitry is exposed. Can we do anything with this? I don't think we can, right? There's no boost ball half pipe. So why would they show us that? Because I already saw that earlier. There's no boost ball here. Maybe it's possible that they're just showing you that later on there's a reason to come back. Because I definitely can't do anything with that. Circuitry makes me think we have to hit it with electricity. Maybe it powers it. Because I've hit it with everything else. Right? I hit it with a I guess I'll go back. I'll just try it. Yeah, what was Noxus's weapon? I was editing that and I listened back to it. I was like, damn, I still don't remember what this dude's weapon was. There was the Volt Driver, the Battle Hammer, the Mag Maul, the Shot Coil, the Imperialist, and then whatever Noxus's weapon was, and Samus's weapon was the special tracking on the missile launcher. I cannot for the life of me remember what it was. Okay. And I know it's gonna hit me too. It's gonna hit me at like 4 in the morning, and I'm gonna be like, oh fuck. Yeah, some Metroid fan I am. To be fair, I haven't played Hunters in so long. I haven't played Hunters, I think, since I've had my channel. I cannot remember. Maybe I booted it once or twice since. And I think I still have my original save file, so like I could play it. I just haven't. You know, again, it's one of those things, like I say, before high school and after high school, because when I went to high school, I basically didn't play any of the games I played in my childhood. That was like kind of the end of that era for a little bit. It wasn't until much, much, much later that I started like really rediscovering a lot of it and really trying to... Oh, we have the last one. Hold on. Unless this prevents us from grappling. Maybe this is just pull. Okay, so we need an upgrade to grapple, basically. Yeah, it's one of those things. I was kind of like, oh, you know, I'm going to school, finally playing some online multiplayer with some dudes. It's like, okay, well, do I really want to sit around and play World of Warcraft and, you know, old Nintendo games forever? And, like, sometimes, yeah. Like, you know, I played some Nintendo games for the channel, a lot of them. The ones, you know, not all of them are the ones that are, like, super close to my heart. There's some that I just never got around, and that's completely on me. And I just haven't done it yet. It's the leg for the golem. Okay.
You got another teleporter key.
Oh my god, I hate my life. Okay, that's the way with the grapple.
You might want to go back and check it.
Shut the fuck up, dude. I think you could be pretty secure that whoever's buying a Metroid game is not this stupid. I mean, I don't know, maybe they are. Maybe I'm completely off base. Like, Mackenzie should really just never talk, ever, dude. It should just be fucking hush-hush. Oops. Now, there was a boost ball... Where was there another... There was another boost ball somewhere. It was in the bottom of one of the towers. I can't remember which. I cannot scan this thing. Here we go. Aeronaut. Prototype anti-griever weapon developed by the Lemorn after the Great Tragedy. They were never deployed in battle. The Aeronaut is an anti-sand griever battle mechanoid designed by surviving Lemorn technicians following the Great Tragedy. Its large anti-gravity engine and 7 altitude control wings allow for exceptional aerial maneuvering. When its home-mounted camera identifies a griever and begins a continual bombardment of the area using delayed action energy bombs. However, the Lemorn detested using aggressive attacks on grievers and so avoided deploying the Aeronaut in battle. Which brings up the bigger question, who's deploying them now and how? How? And that's a lot of damage. Oh my god. Shit hurts, man. Okay, so we still need Spider Ball to even get in there. So, we can't go back inside of the lava pool either. I mean, it's possible that we do have to do something to that place in the ice belt, but I'm not sure what. I'm gonna go back. We're gonna go back to some earlier areas. We don't have anything else elemental. Golbat. They don't launch counterattacks in response to aggression. Okay, well, I'm not aggressing them. See? Simple. This is the Metroid equivalent of having the Wind Gulls follow you around in Wind Waker. We cannot do this, I don't think, right? No, can we pull this now? Very nice. Okay, that's not it. This is probably the best implementation of an ammo system I think I've seen in a Metroid game, by the way. You know, it's funny, this is kind of what playing Hyrule Field would look like today. Which I think is really funny. Yeah, no, it's an elevator for an elevator. That's really weird. Now, what they might do is maybe there's an item, like, behind the carousel, and that's why it's there. They did that a couple times in Prime 2. I think there's 2 elevators in Aether Temple grounds that have hidden items off behind them, and then maybe, like, 1 in Sanctuary Fortress. Also, speaking of which, the names of these areas is, like, kinda eh. Like, Chrono Tower's fine, Soul Valley's okay, Fury Green, Volt Forge, like, I don't know. I don't want to say that the Volt Forge might be okay, but I feel like Sanctuary Temple definitely has such a nice ring to it. Magmore Caverns, all these different areas. Now, maybe the copium is that the Lemorn have very simplistic naming styles. God help me. That's what makes me think that there is something there. So fuck it, we'll go through Ice Belt. No idea. It might be a heat shield. I mean, if nothing else, we could always go back into that. We probably don't need to do the racetrack ever again. I think that's done. And then there was something in one of these towers. We actually never got down here. Right, because this is the collapsed catwalk. How are we supposed to get across this now? Do we have double jump when we did this? I think we did. There was that grate, but I don't know if we could break it. Maybe that has to be lassoed off, so maybe this is not... Maybe this is not what I'm supposed to do at all. Yeah, maybe I go back to Volt Forge and we investigate the first tower. And we see where that boost ball was, because there was a boost ball track somewhere in one of these towers, and I know I can get it now. I just don't remember which one. So we'd have to fight our way back down through it. That kind of makes more sense to me than going back here and shooting this stupid thing multiple times. And at least I'll get a change of pace. We'll kind of get to do something we haven't done yet. Although, to be fair, and I will say this, when they were teasing Prime 3's, like, hidden ending, they did have Silex in it. So I guess it's a little bit disingenuous to turn around and say, like, oh, well, you know, why is Silex here? They did tease it. Now, I don't know if that's because they thought maybe they would get to make Prime 4, like, right away, or, you know, some other future game. I'm really confused as to why this is called Prime in the first place. YOLO boost tank. Well, what do you know? And now we actually have to use it. I don't know if there's nothing over there. Okay. So then now we can hold 2 boosts. Yes. You know, I already know people have been talking a lot about the bike and saying it's not good, not bad. I personally kind of like it. I do enjoy it just a bit. It's not like it's not like completely reviving or rethinking how I would consider, you know, manipulating and moving around the overworld. I think it's fine. I'd like to see it used in more puzzles. I think that would be kind of cool in the overworld. But I wouldn't hold it any better or worse than like Wind Waker sailing, you know? Now again, my perception of Wind Waker sailing will be forever colored because 90% of my Wind Waker time was me playing it on the GameCube, where it was just hidden loading screens. So in fairness, I'm going to be moderately biased about that. There you go. That's what we wanted to do. Gotcha. There was a method to my madness. Oh, fuck. Shit. Missile expansion. Oh, Lord. Did you know you could look around and interact with the environment? No, no way. Oh. What would I do without this guy, huh? Just like how it took Zelda years to have a jump button, besides the Oracle games. Yeah, I'll turn up for Oracle games day one, because that's some of my earliest Zelda experience, and I genuinely, like, really enjoy those games. They're really fun, they're really cheesy, they're over the top, and they definitely tried some shit, and that's why I like them so much. Storing power has caused a high voltage fault electrifying the floor. Grapple node, used by maintenance tanks to quickly ascend and descend. You need the psychic grapple, not just the lasso, so you can remain there indefinitely. I mean, well, there you go. That's how we're supposed to do it. We need the grapple, so we cannot do this. Okay, still can't do that. So we're being gated by a couple of unique power-ups. Oop, not that. I'm going to keep pressing start. Unfortunately, that means we cannot get downstairs at all. I mean, that's all the things I could think of that we saw earlier. This is what happens when you let AI do all your QA. Take note, some future game developer is going to fuck this one up royally. And then they'll wonder why people don't buy their game for no reason other than the fact they used AI. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. That's going to be really funny. Probably going to be an Ubisoft game. And then they'll tell all their shareholders, or I guess whoever owns their nutsack, like, don't worry, we figured it out. Those people that complained about Assassin's Creed weren't going to buy it anyway. They're not fans of the series. Here's the real fans. And then the real fans are just some people who never have bought an Assassin's Creed game. They just complain about it on Reddit. Like, I do believe that sometimes consumers don't know what's best for a product. I think, like, it's 80-20. I think 80% of the time they do know. I don't know if that means they can necessarily fix what's wrong, but I do think that they generally have some idea of what does and doesn't work. I'll go back to this stupid ice belt thing, man. Maybe there was a power-up somewhere in there that you're supposed to get now. You're not actually supposed to leave. I'm gonna be very annoyed by this. It's obvious we're supposed to get one of the elemental chips, and then that will help us get into any of the new areas. That was kind of scary. Holy shit. What? Actually, is this... Oh, here we go. There's an elevator. What in the fuck is going on in this room? You fucking kidding me? Am I even killing them? Yes, I am. Okay. You don't scan that. Okay. Yeah, see, I wasn't crazy. There are elevators that you walk into. See, I told you, I'm I'm getting torn between 3 different Metroid Prime games in my head. 7-year-old me, plus like 9-year-old me, and then like, was I 13? 13-year-old me are all fighting for supremacy in my brain right now, and it's really uncomfortable. And then there's just 30-year-old me getting beaten up by past versions of myself. No, wait, how old was I when Prime 3 came out? I was 9, so was I 12? No. No, I think I was 13. I could have been 12, though. Okay. Doesn't do anything. Wait, no, I lied. Okay. Do we go in here? I don't think so, right? Oh, you need double jump to get into this. No, we did this, okay. Okay. Let's think. I mean, was there anything else in Fury Green? I don't think so. I think Fury Green we've emptied, right? Because we need to do the Elemental Temple, and then there's only like one, we need a super missile or something to get the last upgrade. Let's see, is this counter going up at all? Is it? Or is there just a cap? I'm not really sure how this works. I think we have to build to that next line. You see how like there's multiple lines on it? But that feels like it's gonna take the whole fucking game to build, so I don't know. I don't know where we're gonna get all these green crystals from. Volt Driver, what was the name of it? Fuck, dude. I'm gonna Google it. I can't remember it. It's got the Judicator. The Judicator. That's what it was. Because Noxus's whole thing is that he upholds justice, and he has a very strict, method of justice. I remember that. I was like, the Frost Judge. No, it's the Judicator. And what it does is it makes a cold front that freezes people. I think in single player, Samus has that ability, but in multiplayer, only Noxus has it, so that, you know, every character in Hunters' multiplayer has some unique trait. What's nice is you can at least play it with bots. You know, credit where credit's due. They knew the Wi-Fi connection wasn't going to work. You could at least fuck around with bots. And that's one thing I wish a lot of games would have. Like, there's a Call of Duty game that has bot, but I can't remember what it was and which one it was. Because it makes me wish I could just play it a little bit, just to mess around. Honestly, I kind of wish Samus just shot at them. I'll say that about the bike. I kind of wish Samus would just shoot them. This weird Tron disc is... I mean, it's futuristic, but it's kind of like, I don't know, man. It'd be like, you don't actually shoot someone in Red Dead with a revolver on horseback. Like, dude, that's the whole aesthetic. Okay, maybe that's a little bit more strictly related to its source material. Maybe that is a little unfair. That's a little uncharitable. I missed it. You know, it's funny, actually Link had a bike. It was DLC for Breath of the Wild, and then it never came back in Tears at all. Isn't that nice? What is this, electricity? Okay, well, it's marked now, so we can come back later. We'll come back if I can get, like, an energy tank or two. They're very stingy with energy tanks. I don't know if we're still technically in the early game, or, where we are specifically. To be fair, Prime 2 only lets you get 4 energy tanks until, what, Dark Torvus Bog? You cannot get any energy tanks. That's why the Boost Guardian is so infamously hard. Because you get so few energy tanks before you meet him. Alright, I'll be sliding back in here. There's got to be some kind of glitch jump that you can do with the bike that lets you get up higher than you should. Unless maybe they cap your vertical jump. They would do some evil shit like that too. So it's either the grapple is in here and we get a better grapple, or it's a beam upgrade. Because there's nothing else for us to do. Everything else we're gated out of. We either need Spider Ball or we need Ice Beam. It's going to be something silly. Don't just call it Freeze Shot, please. Call it something moderate, like Freeze Blast. I don't know, man. What do you want from me? Yeah, we definitely cannot interact with this. See, that's an example of a time where we can have an elevator room because there's something beyond it that we need for later. You know, it would be nice if all the areas linked together. That's one of the things I like about Metroid Fusion, even though, like, most of it is kind of post-game. Or not post-game, it's end-game stuff. It makes the world feel very linked together, very vibrant. I don't know. Bro, this really irks the shit out of me. Its protective cover is missing, allowing it to be safely removed. Well, is there anything like maybe I could move into a certain position that will let me lasso it? That's what I'm saying, like, I don't think so. Oh my god. I just figured it the fuck out. We open it with this. Is it? Is it a lock for this? Oh my god. I forgot you could curve shots. And that it could be used to open doors. See, this would have prevented us from doing it anyway because we would need the boost ball. There. I had to get stuck on something in this game. Yeah, so there's not really much else. What did we not go to? That's a vault door. Oh, I'm kind of hungry now. Holy shit. Okay. Maybe I'll take a brief break to get something to eat in a minute. Okay. Interact with it. Unbelievable. And that's on me. Here we go, the ice ship. So now we can go all the way back. Since Samus is incapable and incompetent, now this motherfucker is gonna ping me on my line and tell me he wants to inspect my suit. Which just feels weird. I'm like your biggest fan. I heard about your mission on Zebes, and like the way that you probably massacred an entire subsection of the space pirate race was just so good. I mean, like, obviously, I think that they're all heckin' valid like everyone else, but you know, I just had to really appreciate the fact that you went in there and you kicked ass, man. They just had it really coming. You know, they're just a bunch of fascist pigs, so they just, you know, just kill them all, right? But also, all life is precious. I have no cognitive dissonance with those statements. Alright. Well, we wasted an hour and accomplished nothing. World's longest playthrough of Metroid Prime 4. Everyone else beats in like 10 minutes. Or like in like 5 hours. I'll take in all the sights. Alright, well, we might as well use the temple launcher. That's probably why they have it. So that way you can pick between walking back there and not. Well, actually, no, it wasn't a waste because we got the boost upgrade. And we got a couple extra things. This is what I think of when people say that the bees are just as afraid of you as you are of them. Yeah, you're all a bunch of fucking liars, dude. Those motherfuckers want to inspect Element. No, they're just as afraid of you. They're more afraid of you than you are of them. Next person that says that to me, man. You're gonna fucking get it. You're gonna get what you fucking deserve. Yeah, I don't know. Like, for the next Prime game, I definitely want to... Oh, we can't skip it. There you go. Once you've seen it once, you could skip it. I don't know if that popped up last time. I didn't see it. I was pressing it. So maybe you have to travel more than once in it, and then it'll be like, okay, you've already seen it. Now, this is actually a loading screen. And we are definitely not traveling this far. Like, what the hell? That's like Joker jumping the Normandy across the galaxy and hitting a target the size of a pinhead. And he deserved to brag for that one, too. You remembered to zip up your jumpsuit after you got out of the bathroom? That's great. Congrats, buddy. Good job. Can't do anything with that. And we cannot pass an electric current through that. So, it's going to be the last thing we get. Alright, engineer man.
Back, Samus. Come on, show me what you found in Ice Belt.
Probably the most tolerable dialogue out of him so far. Dude! Shut the fuck up!
Okay. Analysis first. Oh, this is...
I'm replaying this game with audio set off. You'll enjoy this playthrough. I'm not stealing fucking Vine Sauce's meme, but next playthrough I'm turning dialogue to 0.
That means if I reprogram...
And I'm skipping every cutscene, and then the game will be 20 times more tolerable.
Use a new shot type.
Good thing my Chozo tech is too retarded to actually use this normally. Good thing I have a Galactic Federation engineer with a degree made out of cardboard. Ice shot. Very nice. Up activates ice shot.
Now you can use Ice Shot.
Oh!
It temporarily freezes the target when hit. You can freeze living organisms to stop their movement. And you should be able to use it on high temperature objects like magma to freeze it for a short period of time by lowering its surface temperature. If you find anything else, bring it into me. I'm sure I can turn it into something useful.
That was the most tolerable conversation with this dude, and it was still fucking awful. See, this kind of looks like the Ice Beam a little bit. Obviously, the design is completely different. There. This doesn't really look like the Plasma Beam configuration. I always like the Wave Beam configuration.
All up with Ice Shot.
Okay, thank you. Lose my number. Oh my god, he fell on top of me. Perfect. Yeah, they're not winning any awards for the weapon naming in this one. Okay. Shit, I don't know. Oop. Freezing the water carried in all who live will blow out the candle of life. Do not forget this. Understand this, you who command the power of ice, to steal heat from every object of the world is an act to bring about stillness. The freezing of flowing water is precisely how one's first steps are to be taken. Remember this. Like a river that flows along the land, water travels within living things, bestowing its life-giving moisture. Fountain with a psychic mode socket. I see. While mode socket, it spouts water at a fixed pressure. Okay, good thing I didn't need it. We're fine. Okay, that's it. One more. The electric shot. Oh. And yes, you could make the same argument for ice beam, plasma beam, wave beam, but okay, not really, because the only one that sounds like its element is ice. That's what I would say. The only one that actually has the name is ice. Like plasma, yeah, but it's not like fire beam. The only thing that's similarly named is the flamethrower, which kind of sucks, honestly. It's a little bit better in the Wii version. I think they also buffed it. They might have changed it between the GameCube version, because in the GameCube version, you just beat the game without the flamethrower. The ice spreader is marginally good on like a couple of enemies, namely Metroid Prime. Flamethrower isn't even good on Metroid Prime because the plasma beam has high shot velocity and high fire rate. Okay, we're going back to Magma Pool, or whatever it's called. Flare Pool? None of these names are memorable besides Vault Forge. And Chrono Tower. That's what I think happened. I think a Leviathan hit this planet, and either because Phasey ceased to exist, or some other method or change, it survived the death of it. So now instead, it took over, what, a couple plants, maybe a few things, and it just became a normal sentient being. Maybe it caused the mutations for the Lemorn into Grievers. That's also possible. But the biggest question is, what the hell does Silex want with any of this? I think he was just there to steal tech, and we also just happened to be there. Dude, what Griever do you know of that rides a bike? Seriously. And I think it really will chase you across the entire map. Like the Sea Hats. That one shark in Wind Waker that chases you from Outset all the way to Outcast, or sorry, Windfall all the way to Outset is so crazy. I'll never forget that. I thought the game was bugged. I'm like, aren't you supposed to despawn by now? They really make you think something went wrong. Like, how is he still following me? Hang on. Spinner. Cargo launcher. Upgrade? Yep. A large shot expansion. 20. Holy shit. Can we break this, or is this super missile? Euros has always been a harsh environment, and the Lemorn sought to ease suffering and bring prosperity to flora and fauna. In the volcano, we discovered green energy, which we were able to refine and use to shower the land and trigger an explosion of flora and fauna growth. But there was a tragedy we did not foresee. We were hunted to the brink of extinction. Nowhere else to hide. The last surviving 13 Lemorn took refuge in Chrono Tower. We saw our last remaining hope and deciphered the prophecy again. And we learned that you are the Lemorn's last hope, and you are the only one who can put them to rest. Alright, so that's the great tragedy. They found green energy inside of the volcano. I mean, at least that specifically, we now know where it came from. I gotta kill these things. I'm not breaking those hives, are you kidding me? Whew. Okay. Did we psychic boots this? Yeah, we did. Okay. Alright, perfect. Now, one of these has a missile expansion behind it. Not sure which one. Whoops, not the bike. There you go. We never have to do that again. Oops. Where was it? Was it in a room coming up? Okay, so the elemental shots share the same ammo, I see. And that's like a design decision that it fades out and fades in, okay. Did I grab it, or was it in a future room? Save room. What was this? Look, I went to sleep, okay? I forgot. Oh, we already did this. Now, I don't think there was anything else in here. Yeah, I'll say the scan visor definitely could have been better. I don't know why they didn't take more notes from the original game, scan visor. I think Prime 2 did it the best, actually. Prime 2 with its colors... Didn't they change that for the remake, or the remaster of Prime 1? They turned it into the Prime 2 scan visor just because it was better? I'm pretty sure they did, because Prime 1 had the orange symbols and then the red symbols for important stuff. Didn't they change that? Maybe I'm forgetting, but I feel like they did. Because it just makes more sense when you look at it. Okay. Can we get across now? No. High-powered explosives. Is there a spinner up here, maybe? No, definitely not. So can we not progress this way at all? We don't have high-powered explosives. And we definitely don't make it across lava. Yeah, that doesn't work. Upgrade required. Okay. So again, I wonder... We need to get a bridge deck. Which to me sounds like we need to eventually be able to move it. I don't know if our ship will ever be able to help us, but we need to be able to summon some way of dropping a bridge in. So this is only a temporary fix. Yeah, so where else could we go? There's definitely not anything in Fury Green. I feel like there's one last thing in Fury Green that we could actually do, and it does not involve using any of this. Right? MacPard. Master teleporter key. MacPard. Oh, he scanned it. Ladder of Thought. Thunderblocker. MacPart. Chrono Tower. Because this zone is relatively simple. It's a linear path until you hit the bridge, and there's no way for us to get across the bridge. And we can't enter the mine. I guess we could explore some of the other areas of the map. That's the first thought I would have. I don't know what this icon is. Yeah, I don't know what that icon is, personally. Swarm flyers. Okay, they're not even targetable, they just exist. I mean, I guess we leave. There's not really much else we can do. I wonder if the guy ever actually even makes it there. He probably will. He just probably won't show up until we're in the next area. I mean, let's see what else we can even do. Oh no.
The bridge broken at the flare pool facility. You'll need to find some way to cross the lava lake. I believe upgrading the Viola suit allows you to unlock additional functions of the Viola. Want to try making Vault Forge?
Now it's Vault Forge? Are you serious? Why would we have a new upgrade? There's got to be one fucking ice door in Vault Forge. Oh, that kind of annoys the shit out of me. There's one ice door in Vault Forge that you could go into now. I missed it. That's generationally annoying. That's like some unbelievable shit. One door probably we could open now that gives us lava boots. Usually it's the gravity suit. And then next time we're in Fury Green, we'll dump off all these crystals. It doesn't seem like there's an upper limit to how many you can carry. They definitely really did not go in depth about that. Right, here we go. What the hell is this? Energy tank. Electrifying the lock on the lower part will cause it to release. Oh my god, well we don't have that. Playback unavailable. I think we already watched it. Well, we know of a energy tank. We just need the electric shot. Perfect. Dude, where is this one door? Because I was just here 5 minutes ago. The only other thing I can think is that we can't grapple across this, though. What is the line of thinking here? What is he saying?
I got a hunch that Tower 2 is used for storage, so I'm not sure it'll have any upgrade devices.
So it has to be Tower 1. That's all he says. And we know that Tower 3 has nothing. It's just racetracks. It's a testing facility. I mean, I don't know. I guess we go down. We see if we could just jump inside of the little hole. Maybe the electricity doesn't hurt that much. And you just have to take a little bit of damage. Because I can't think of anything else. The logic for this part of the game is like completely all over the place. Oh, well, I guess I should have known that I could use the shot. Am I supposed to curve a shot down that hole? That is also something that I can do. I think this is just the main level. Yeah, I'm stumped. I have no idea. The only thing here that we haven't interacted with seems to be the one thing that they're like, oh no, it doesn't matter, it's fine. So it's got to be somewhere out here. Like, where else could it even be? Oh my god. Okay, this is the type of shit that you just have to play a game a bunch for, okay? And I don't know why it's doing this. It's trying to motion control. Let me turn that off. I shifted how I was sitting. That's why I did that. That's some shit that you just have to play the game a bunch for, and then eventually you just learn, oh, okay, that's how it is. It's some random thing somewhere that you just have to know how it works, man. Yeah, I think this could be a little bit faster. I think I could up that while I'm doing this. Okay. Feels a little better. I could probably raise it again. See, now this will allow us to bypass everything. We just go straight down. Oh, maybe it's only for shot expansion. Please don't just be for shot expansion. I'm actually out of ideas. I actually don't know how to progress then. Bro. What in the fuck do we do? I'm getting cooked. Okay. There's not another one of these in Tower 2, is there? I don't think so. I feel like I would have seen it. Never mind, my hunch was wrong. I have no idea how to progress. What? Okay. It says there's an elevator on the other side? No, that's the same elevator. And we go back down. Okay. Does he answer the radio now? No. The one time we actually might need him, and he's useless. Do we go up and over here? Wait, what the hell is this? Oh, no, that's the rail that goes around the map. Okay. I mean, maybe there's something in the... Let's look in the elevator shafts again. Before I start climbing down, let's look in the elevator shaft. Because maybe there was one and I just didn't see it and we could lasso it off. And then that'll take us to the other side, and maybe then on Tower 2, it's such a mess. Like, what the fuck? Where are you supposed to go? I know I'll figure it out, but I'm not going to have that funny aha moment. It's going to be more of a, oh wow, it was one thing that you actually need to do, and if you didn't see it the first time, you're lost. Fuck, open the door, open the door. I'm not fighting that thing again. Well, I think I'm just gonna wander around until I find it, because at this point, there's not really any reason for me to fucking record this. This is just me kind of fumbling around looking for it. This is by far and away the most nondescript thing I've ever seen. I mean, the only thing I can think is, again, it's Tower 1, but we've been up and down Tower 1. What did we miss in Tower 1? No, we've already been down there, right? Ah, fuck it. I'm going back down. And if I really can't find anything when I go back down to the bottom, and when I go back across, I'm just gonna have to figure something out. That's all. I almost should save before I do all this, so I don't have to walk out. I could just reset. But I'm too lazy. Like, maybe is there something with the broken elevator that we could use? That's what I would think, is that maybe the broken elevator we could use as a as a platform. Because we already powered this. So maybe the broken elevator, when it gets stuck, we could jump out of it and then jump on top of it to go above it. That would be my first thought, right? Like, it's broken for a reason. At first you think it's just like a weird quirk of the place falling apart. Maybe it actually is like part of solving the puzzle, is that it gets stuck and then you could use it as a stepping stool to maybe step above something. That means we're gonna have to fight our way through some of these areas again, which I'm not particularly looking forward to, but whatever. Ow. Yeah, see? Nothing here. But then that violates his whole thing of, I don't think Tower 2 has any upgrades. So that's why I don't think it has anything to do with Tower 2. Unless there's some way you have to go to Tower 2 and then come back in like some weird way that's only accessible from Tower 2. This might be the most cryptic progression point I think I've ever seen in a Metroid game. Alright, you'll never believe it. The upgrade was in Tower 3 this whole fucking time. Remember how I said it's not in Tower 3? Yeah, I forgot Tower 3 has this nice little lobby area with basically nothing else in it. This is the only other thing in Tower 3. And it's a boost ball, which means that's how you know this is correct, because we had to have the boost ball after beating the last boss. Oh, sweet death. Please kill me. This is one of the biggest, like, side journeys I think I've ever been on in a Metroid game. Shit was kind of obnoxious, I'll be honest. Okay. Viola IC suit. Increased resistance to heat for molten rock. Enables Viola to automatically transform into Viola IC mode automatically, which allows it to travel over magma and lava. Here we go. So now we could go back. Okay. Oh, Lord. Well. See, what would make this a little bit cooler was if there was an auto-transport between Volt Forge and Lava Pool. What was it called? Lava Pool? That's it. That's literally the only reason we came back here. Maybe there's like a couple pickups or something else. That's the only reason we even bothered to come back. Oh, shit. Alright, but we've already killed this guy. Yeah, okay. Damn it. Shh. Oh, good lord. Alright, this might be a little bit easier because they're more spread out. Oh, not really. Look at this one coming in clutch. Holy shit. Okay. So I'm not really concerning myself with it. I just know we could just shoot it. I mean, there's just a slight chance we'll get really unlucky and they'll move to cover it. But that is a risk I am willing to take in the name of speed. Fuck. It was a calculated risk, of course. What? Oh my god. Wait, that counted? I guess the other orbs were close enough to the detonation that it was fine. Let's break some of these. Wait, it says vulnerable? Oh, okay. I guess they give you a weaker variant compared to the original. Or maybe we just have more firepower. We can just do more stuff. Yeah, this would have been an easy, like, childhood rant story. I remember spending 5 hours in the summer of 2004 trying to figure out where to go. It turns out you have to go left instead of around into the other 2 towers where there were actual gameplay. Whoa, crazy, huh? That's basically what it boils down to. Alright, going back. We never broke these? Whoop. You know, I like this. I like that the overworld's quiet. Now, there is a little bit of controversy online about how the amiibo, I forget which one, I think it's the Viola and Samus one, apparently it locks the music behind it. Honestly, and look, I'm gonna say that, yeah, that's fucking gay, it's fucking lame, but I wouldn't really use it. I'm not saying that makes it okay. I really have to specify this because people love to misinterpret what the fuck I say. I'm not saying that makes it okay. I'm just saying that personally, I would not use it even if it was an option in the base game. That's just me personally. You know, sometimes it's nice when there's not blaring overworld music 24/7. I mean, there can be games where it works. I like a lot of games where they do that. Twilight Princess, one of my favorite games, and you will know when you're in Hyrule Field. I think that's one of the things that makes Tears and Breath of the Wild feel so good. If only we could combine those 2 games into one, seriously. Like, I know this is definitely more fun for me than Breath of the Wild, and I'm only comparing it because it's a Switch game as well. A Switch 1 game. But you know, when I think about it, right? Like, Tears gave me a lot more fun and a lot more just interesting gameplay. But again, the biggest, like, I'll have a problem with every major Nintendo Switch game, pretty much. And it's not because I'm looking for it per se, it's just that there's always some itch that they just don't hit.